We are back with a countdown to SNL 50, and this morning we're joined by another standout veteran of that iconic show, Anna Gasteyer. She kept us laughing for 6 seasons. Of course, she gave us her take on Martha Stewart. We all love the NPR radio host, and of course, this middle school music teacher.
Insane, it's got no brain.
I feel like I'd be doing America if we just rolled the whole thing right now.
You know what? They never show them because the rights are too expensive for music. So I would be delighted if you did.
It's so funny. How did you not just look at Will and totally lose it?
It's by far the most joyful of all the sketches I worked on SNL because we wrote it with the incredible Paula Pell, who's such a genius in her own right, and we would laugh hysterically all night long. We famously would procrastinate for hours and hours and hours, and then we would start writing Bobby and Marty. And then Will often was rushing, because he was in so many sketches, and that beard and mustache paint would be just spirit gummed on. And so if you started laughing with him, he couldn't break. So he would go like, which of course would make me laugh even harder.
I know. You actually, you're stoic. Like the fact that I think you've got to be one of the ones that's rarely broke.
I'm pretty good at not breaking.
Did you ever break?
One set dress. That was it.
I mean, that's incredible.
I kind of dig deeper, like if I can, because I know I try to play through it because I'm sort of the old school. I want it to be funnier by playing it honest. But Will, again, when he breaks, and it was this crazy donkey sketch that ultimately did make it to air. It's called Riding My Donkey. It's during the Monica Lewinsky scandal.
Oh, God.
And it was a bunch of news commentators sitting on donkeys and debating politics. And the donkeys went insane. And went to all the wrong cameras. And Will's amazing because when he breaks, again, it's the funniest thing in the world because he'll keep going, but he just has tears just streaming down his face. So it was that. And I remember I was doing I can't remember who it was a newscaster from CNN, and the whole impression was just like a smile. And I kept losing it and having to go back and forth. Anyway, that was the only time. But then I held it together for air.
I mean, it's incredible because some of these sketches are just so iconic. Like, we have to play the NPR. I think we have a little clip. We're going to play it. You know the one, right?
I do.
Okay, can we just roll a little bit? I'm going to try not to say.
Turns out that I had accidentally taken Jeff Peabody's.
Well, over at Seasons Eatings, we have balls for every taste. Popcorn balls, cheese balls, rum balls, you name it.
Wow. My mouth's watering just thinking about those balls.
It's been years since I've seen any balls.
All right. I've seen it 1,000 times. I watched the whole thing this morning. It's just so ridiculous. But that's what I'm saying. Like, your genius is, how could anyone? It's superhuman that you did not start cracking up.
We almost did on that one. The audience went so unexpectedly insane because we had done those characters a few times, but the genius of putting them in that situation where they were speaking in such deep double entendre, like the audience went crazy.
Did you? I hate asking this question because it's people say, "Oh, do you have a favorite interview?" No, I don't. But do you have a favorite sketch? There, I did. I said it.
You did it.
Yeah. Sorry.
They're all like your. It's so gross, but they are like your kids.
Yeah.
Like you become so attached to the joy of the experience of coming up with them. And so much of the experience is like the Tuesday night on Saturday Night Live when you're under so much pressure, you're so anxious, you think, oh my God, I'm never going to think of another sketch in my life.
And you guys, I think a lot of people don't know how it works behind the scenes. Like, you guys as your cast members, you kind of pitch your sketches, don't you?
We all wrote, at least during my generation, that was very much, and especially those of us who come from like the Groundlings, which is a writer-performer. It's really more of a writer-performer tradition. Most people at Saturday Night Live are writing and working. And many of the writers are performers in their own right, as well as, like Tina Fey and, famously ascended through the writers' side of things. And Colin Jost and Jason Sudeikis. I mean, lots of people have done that. So it's kind of cool. But anyway, so Tuesday night is you're like, oh my gosh, we have no show on Saturday. We have to come up with something. And it's just all like finals week all the time for a class that you haven't studied for.
It feels like they're almost kind of doing that for the SNL 50. I mean, I'm sure there's plans.
I'm sure they are.
Nobody seems to know them at all.
Well, the tradition of the show is real live television. It's coming together in a an immediate and topical way, and the show is being written as we speak, and every 5 minutes we're getting phone calls. You might be in this thing, but you might not be, and that's just, it's very organic, I guess would be the term.
Are you excited for this weekend?
So excited.
Do you know what you're doing?
Well, I know for sure that we're doing something. Bobby and Marty are doing something in the concert on Friday night at the Peacock. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that.
Oh, yay. Well, I think it's at Radio City.
At Radio City, there's this massive music concert, which is going to be mind-blowing. Forget about me, but it's like the best bands from American culture from 50 years are performing. It is mind-blowing.
I know. Listen, today's showcast gets to go, and they're streaming it on Peacock and stuff. Everybody can see it Friday night.
So that's Friday night, and then Sunday is the live broadcast at 8H, so during prime time. And I have heard rumors of a couple things I might be doing, but I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to say that one of the reasons why you're so often singing in these sketches is because you have a phenomenal voice, and I just don't want to let you go without mentioning that you also played Elphaba in Wicked on Broadway.
Yeah, I just finished actually a run on Broadway in Once Upon a Mattress, and I played Queen Agravain. It was incredibly fun. The original Broadway cast recording is coming, so listen for that if you're a Broadway fan.
I mean, it's incredible.
It's been the privilege of my life to do both of these dreams. I always dreamt of being on Broadway, and I always dreamt of being on Saturday Night Live. And now it's nice because in the digital world, like when I was on SNL, it was so pre-digital. So it all kind of existed on its own terms. And frankly, even when I played Elphaba, it was pre-digital. But now I feel like that's the one good thing about the internet is that it does let sort of the Venn diagram of your life fuse together a little bit, so people can see you as more than one thing, which is nice.
It's amazing, and it's just fun to go back and watch. I mean, just if you need a lift today, go watch some Anna sketches. They're so darn good.
Well, it was the joy of my life, so I'm glad that they brought joy to other people.
Are you ready for Jenna? That's another joy of your life. You're going to co-host this with the Mostess?
Yep, we're going to talk about books and fitness, and all the things that matter.
It's fun. You guys should be the two. You should do like your own NPR co-host thing.
Happily.
I think she'd be good at that.
She'd be great at it.
Yeah, but she'd probably laugh. All right, we want to mention you can catch SNL 50, the anniversary special on Sunday night. Fun starts at 7 Central here on NBC. Peter.
Hey, thanks for watching. And don't forget, you can catch the Today Show every morning on NBC or take Today when you're on the go. Just follow the Today podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen.